I am from East Coast Canada originally, but I've lived in Wales for 12 and a half years. How crazy is that? I have no idea when that happened. I have 3 kids, Oliver, who is 12, Bronwyn, 10, Penelope, 5 going on, 18. Keeps me on my toes, that is for sure. But you know what? Like I am, and I'm not afraid to say it, I'm super passionate and excited about being a Beachbody coach. Like I don't know if you can tell, I love what I get to do. But it didn't always like start that way. You don't just like wake up and you love being a coach. For me, it started 4 years ago, this month, 4 years ago. And it was like an ad on Facebook or an email or something. And it was like, get insane results in 30 days. And I just had Penelope. I'd had prenatal depression. And I was a bit of a mess. And I wanted to do something, but I'd never really been able to stick to something. So I bought the DVDs. They were pirated copy, by the way, which I don't recommend because they skipped and it just wasn't great. But anyway, my friend reached out to me and I'm so glad she did. She wasn't afraid. She just reached out and she was like, hey, I run these like boot camps. Do you want to jump in with me? And honestly, I was a bit like, no. What do I have to do? And what do you want? I'd been living in Britain for a couple of years. Anyway, you guys, this is when it all changed for me. Not overnight, but being in this group, this community with other women who felt like me, who felt like a hot mess, still kind of do. But for the first time, I was like finishing programs, not always perfectly. I would miss days in between. But I think for me, the biggest thing was actually you just keep going. Whereas before I would stop and then feel like I had to start all over again, and the self-loathing and the food. And so for me, it's been a journey, right? Again, it doesn't happen overnight, but I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with boot camps. I was a boot camp junkie. So when Beachbody launched in the UK in 2017, I was like, whoa. You mean that I can invest in myself, in my health and fitness? I get to cheer for other people and potentially like earn an income and be a part of a team. For me, I was like, I'll sign today. I didn't know anything. I didn't know how it worked, but I loved it. I loved the community. So it was a no-brainer. And here I am. So Caroline, what about you?
Yeah, so hey guys. So for those of you who don't, you can hear me, right? Yeah. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Caroline and I have been a coach since the launch actually. So what's that, coming up 2.5 years. My story, I have been a customer like forever, about 8 years. So that started way back. My son was a toddler. Couldn't get to the gym, wanted to do something. It started with insanity for me, like the craziest, probably most challenging, still today, I would say, fitness program there is. Saw it on those late night infomercials on the TV. I was like, okay, can I do that? I'm going to do it. Jumped in, did it on my own, didn't even know there was challenge groups or social media like anything back then in the day. And then eventually stumbled across them, like felt like, oh, what is this? This is amazing. There's other women, we're all doing it together. Like, I love this. So fast forward, and then I found out there was a coaching opportunity behind this. And I just felt so in love with the programs, the nutritionals. Even before we could get Shakeology here, I used to get it like shipped from the US. Like I was like all in. Found out I was coming to the UK, it was in like a no-brainer for me. Like I was in, I was doing it. I'd been waiting for this for such a long time. So that's kind of how my story is. I never even told you about my son either. And I was laughing at Nicola earlier when she said she had a 15-year-old. I was like, I feel you. I have a 14-year-old son as well. So yeah, so that's kind of how I got started. And then the people that you meet is unbelievable. Like, I'm doing this with Cass. I've only met Cass in real life 2 times, but we feel like we talk every single day. So that's one of my favorite things about this opportunity is the people that you meet. And I'm sure you all know, whether you know me or you know Cass, it's just that community and the people. Maybe you're already in our groups or maybe you just follow us, but hopefully you're here because there's something in us that kind of attracts you. Just how I was attracted all that time ago. So, and then I'm going to hand it back to Cass because she's going to tell you exactly what is a coach. So go for it, Cass. You could share that.
So again, there are so many different people who will jump onto this opportunity, and it's going to look different for everybody because we are all so different. But to me, like if you said like, oh my gosh, like what is a coach? I would say it's somebody who is willing to share who they are, what they love, outside of health and fitness as well, right? Like, so who you are, what you love, and you're just willing to honestly and openly share your journey, because it's about the journey for me. And I think I share my mom journey. I share the struggle of quarantine life. I share my health and fitness, what I love, what I struggle with. It's not just about having this perfect journey. It's just being willing to be honest about who you are and what you love. And so a couple of things I know, like in the beginning about a coach, I was like, oh my gosh, but I am not a professional. I have no degree in like nutrition or in fitness. And if you already do, that is awesome. Like you're already a step ahead. And a lot of UK coaches, actually, not so much in America and Canada, in the UK are like PTs or teach classes. And that's amazing. But the cool thing about this opportunity is you don't have to have any of that. I was a mom of 3. I was a hot mess, like had just, had a really, really tough time. And yet here I was jumping into something with both feet. So don't worry about being a professional. That's the awesome thing about partnering with Beachbody. They have like incredible super trainers, master trainers, scientists and nutritionists who are giving you incredible workout programs. If like most of you are doing the programs, and so you know they are amazing, coupled with the nutrition, coupled with the accountability, and it's just like a secret sauce for people getting great results. So you don't have to be a professional in that area. You do not need to be a social media guru. When I was a coach, joined as a coach, I had 100 Instagram followers. I didn't know about stories. I didn't know about hashtags. I literally knew nothing. Everything is figure outable. And as like your mentors, like Caroline or I, or as a team, like we go through all these trainings. So you really don't need to know any of these things other than, most importantly to me, is to have a heart to help other people and to be willing to share your journey. And that's another big thing. A lot of people say like, oh, but I'm not at my goal, like fitness. I can't do insanity. I've never even finished a program. I've never even done a program. It doesn't matter. Because you are, what you're saying is like, I'm committing to investing in myself and I'm committing to bringing people along the journey. And as I was kind of like thinking about these notes, I was like, okay, if Arnold Schwarzenegger, can't say that name, Schwarzenegger, was like, come and do my program, he probably doesn't talk like that. That would be intimidating because he's already, maybe not today, but like at peak, you know, where he is in his health and fitness. And that would be intimidating. But how much more inspiring is it when you see like, let's go back, a mom of 3 who's not at their goal weight, who's not at their, or not even weight, but just health and wellness, saying like, oh my gosh, this is hard. I'm showing up. I'm doing it anyway. That's so inspiring, right? So you don't need to worry about being at a goal, anything. You just need to honestly share who you are and your struggles, if that makes sense. But you don't need to look like anybody else. You just need to be yourself, which is amazing. And that's hard. I don't know about you, but like that's been a journey for me to figure out like actually who I am. That's actually enough. It is okay for me to share my journey and my story, and it doesn't look like yours, but this isn't about comparing, and this isn't about thinking that somebody else has a better story, and that's why they're successful. It's like, oh no, actually, how amazing that you get to be you, and then you're going to have the right people being attracted to you. So that's basically what a coach is, if that makes sense. But Caroline, tell us who we are looking for and what we actually do.
Perfect. And you just led into it there so well. Like the last thing you said, or one of the last things you said, is just be you. And that is like one of my favorite things about partnering with this company, Beachbody. You are encouraged to just be yourself, whoever that may be. You do not have to be like, I love the analogy of there is no cookie cutter coach. There is no, and sometimes the word coach can even be a little bit misleading because you are just encouraged to be yourself. And that, as I say, that's the amazing thing about it. Be open to learning as well. So we are encouraged, or one of our focuses as coaches is to really lean into personal development. So maybe you don't know what that is, or you've never done that before. I had certainly never done it before. I was a coach. I didn't really know what it was. I was like, oh, do I really need to do that? It has helped me grow as a person, like, so much. So this is what I love. Even though it's a health and fitness company, one of my big passions that I love about it is we work on our mindset every single day. And I encourage, you know, if you follow me on social media, I'm a huge advocate of that. I'll either listen to something or read something every single day. Just be open to kind of growing and learning. And also be open to get a little bit uncomfortable. And I know sometimes that could be so scary, right? To like do things that are out with your comfort zone a little bit. But that is when you truly grow as a person. And sometimes that's where you succeed the most. You've probably heard that saying, like we've all heard it. What is it, your comfort zone? It's like really nice there, but nothing grows there. Like, it's so nice to stay in your own little bubble, but when you push yourself a little bit and do things that make you a little bit uncomfortable, like that's where you truly blossom and truly grow and really come into yourself. And you're really encouraged to do that. Okay, so what do we do as coaches? So we just help other people, but first and foremost, we take care of us. And that is the best thing. Especially, I know there's a lot of mums on here, so we are encouraged to take care of us, like not just physically, but also mentally. And because when you take care of you first, then you're able to pour into everybody else. So, and we partner, like Cass said, we partner with this incredible company, Beachbody. So they have all the tools. They have all the incredible fitness programs that you've probably tried, or if you haven't tried, I'm sure you've even tried a sample one. They are put together by the fitness professionals. The nutrition programs and the supplements are put together by nutritionists and dietitians. Our job as coaches is to just be the biggest cheerleader that we can be, the biggest support system, be that accountability. We run groups on, we have like a new thing that's launching this weekend, and that's like an app. So if you're maybe familiar with Facebook groups that we run, we're launching a new platform as well. So our job is just to be the biggest supporter, the biggest encourager, like provide motivation, because a lot of the times when people are on a fitness journey, that is like the huge missing piece. And how different, if people, those of you who are already or maybe on your journey as a customer or a client, how different is it when you have that accountability, when you have that place to go to every day to check in with, when you're having a down day, like you can go there and like spill your guts if you like, and there's always going to be somebody there to cheer you on. If I'm not there, the other, you guys and the other ladies in the boot camp or in the group are there to cheer each other on. So basically that is really our job as coaches, is just to share our journey through social media, because most of it is done online. Just to share what we're passionate about, share our journey, and just help other people. First of all, help ourselves, and then help other people get the results. Mentally, is that even a word? Too much energized. Mentally, physically, and you can tell, I'm sure you can tell that both Cass and I, we love it. We love this. We are super passionate about helping people. Getting paid for it is just like another like perk up there, but we do truly love it. But and talking about perks, I'm going to pass it back to Cass, and she's going to talk about the perks that is involved with this opportunity.
Yeah, so thanks, Caroline. I just wanted to share like what I love most about this and like how we kind of get rewarded. We are going to go over income, before the end. But for me, probably the most rewarding aspect of being a coach, and I actually get a bit emotional when I think about it, but like getting that message or seeing that post in our groups from a woman who, like, yes, okay, ultimately a lot of women sign up because they want to lose weight and because they want to get healthier. We know that we want women to get healthier from the inside out, and we want them to know that like they're so beautiful as they are. But getting messages from women who say like, I couldn't do this before, or like, I finished this program and I feel on fire, or like my kids are starting to eat healthier because of how you've taught me how to, prepare food or look at foods differently, or any of these wins. So I just feel like, oh my goodness, what a blessing it is. Like I get to be a part of that journey. And I never would have if I hadn't said yes to this opportunity, which scared me a little, but excited me a lot, right? So for me, one of the biggest perks, honestly, is helping other women and getting to be a part of their journey. And they let you in. They actually let you in when they're not even letting other people around them. And to me, that is a massive privilege. Another, like, it's not even a perk, that's a weird word, but like how I benefit, I guess, is from my own health and fitness journey. Like being a coach, and lots of people join for a lot of different reasons. But the accountability, if I'm running a boot camp, I'm going to show up for those women, and I can still have a bad day and I can still share that with them. But knowing that they're there helps me to show up. It's helped me to Google healthier recipes and try them and do like a video about them, but that means that I'm also eating healthier. So it's been a massive accountability and help in my own journey. The personal development, obviously, like mentally and physically, like Caroline was talking about. I feel like I'm a braver person. I feel like I'm a more confident person. And I feel like I own the skin that I'm in so much better than I ever did before. And I think we all compare at times, or we all feel like it's so easy to feel lesser than, but I just think it's not about being lesser than, it's just about owning who you are, because we're all beautiful and we're all made in our own way and for a purpose. And so I've loved that piece of the journey for me. Let's be honest, I love prizes too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So we earn like prizes. Our company rewards us for doing our job. And like, I love what I get to do. So when I earn like a tank top or a sweatshirt or, whatever, I'm like, this is amazing. I love this. We got like a chopping board. I'm like, this is the best. So I love the prizes, not gonna lie. But we can even earn like trips. Like, how insane, again, it just blows my mind to think, like Caroline said, Punta Cana was canceled this year, but we're going to Riviera Maya, Mexico next year. Alex, my husband, and I were able to go to Marbella this last year. And for me, like, as much as husband and wife should take the time to go away and do stuff, the reality is we have 3 kids, and we probably it just wouldn't have happened because we weren't prioritizing it. But we got to go away, like a paid trip away for my husband and I, that we made incredible memories and we had an amazing time. And I'm like, how is this real? Now, I need to also be honest with you, you have to work for this. Like, this does not happen overnight. And if you think this is like a get rich quick sort of scenario, or everything falls into place overnight, like, that's not true, right? So it takes time. It's like, we're doing a boxing program at the minute. It takes time to learn the moves and to do the things. So that makes sense. It takes time to learn a craft. When you're learning a new job, it all takes time. So I don't want to like get you all excited with all this. It does take your effort. Now, another part of the perk is that I can be a mom and I can still do this. So I've never had to miss like a school concert or when my kids have been sick, because I have been able to work around. I'm in quarantine at the minute with my 3 children. That's difficult to run a business and do it, but yet here I am doing this. So I just want to be honest, like, it does take a sacrifice to a certain extent of maybe getting up earlier or not watching Netflix at the minute to do this training. But again, like I said, I'm helping women change their lives. I went on a trip. I'm getting free tank tops. Like, so to me, like, it's just so worth it. I got to meet super trainers like that have helped. So Sean T was the first super trainer. I did his program. I got to meet him. And I know it seems like such a little thing maybe to you, but it meant so much to me. So there are so many reasons why I love being a coach, but the biggest one is obviously helping women and having women like you. Like, a lot of you guys are in my boot camps, and oh my gosh, like, how amazing. We didn't know each other before. So for all the awkward things of like learning new things and stepping out, for me, it's so much more worth it than feeling a little bit scared or insecure and getting to overcome that. So Caroline, what about you? What do you love?
Yeah, so you make me laugh because you're all about the tank top. Like, there's so much. I'm like, we get to go on amazing trips, and she's like, I get a tank top and a chopping board. But yeah, that's cool too. But I am all about the travel, because back in a previous life, it feels like now, before I had my son, I was cabin crew, so I used to like fly all over the world. So travel is like a huge passion of mine, and it is something that I do miss. So to have the opportunity still to travel with this job is huge, and that was a big draw for me. So one of the first things I ever saw, and still to this day, oh, it still gives me chills, I remember seeing, it was online at the time. It was my coach, because we have coaches too. So we have our own coaches. I didn't know she was a coach at the time, but she was posting on our social media, and it was this and there was thousands of people, and they were working out in the street, and they were going to parties, and it was like, to me it looked like the Oscars, right? There was this big stage, and it was fireworks, and people were walking across stage, and they were getting awards and recognition, and I was like, who are these people? Like, where is there? Like, I need to be there. Wherever that is, I need to be there. And then I found out it was this thing called Coach Summit. They have it once a year in different cities all over the US, and it's usually between 20,000 and 25,000 coaches. I know, that's like insane. So you can imagine the energy. If you can feel the energy just between like Cass and I, like how, because we are just like, imagine like that times like 20,000. So that was like a huge draw for me. I was like, where are they? Who are they? I want in. Just like sign me up. Like that was just incredible to me. And the travel, like Cass said, like I've been super fortunate. I've been quite like a few places. I went to Marbella with Cass as well, and I got to take my son with me, which was huge for me, because I always say to him, any trips that I earn, like, you are my plus one, because we get to take a plus one, and it's the trips are not just for you, you get to take somebody with you as well. So he's always my little plus one. Unfortunately, our Punta Cana was cancelled this year because of the current situation. But as Cass said, it's Mexico next year. I've been fortunate to go to like Chicago, Florida, London, like all kinds of places. But as Cass said, like, this isn't that you have to work to get this. But like, if that is a huge draw for you and you're passionate about like seeing the world and traveling, like, it is possible if you're open to learning and putting in the work. So that was huge for me, and that is still a big passion of mine, and I'm really grateful that I still get to have that and get the opportunity to do that and to travel with this business. But I love a prize as well. I'm all about a prize. I love a baseball cap, and we get rewarded with like lots of little prizes. So that's amazing. You get wins on all different levels. You get like little wins like every few months, and then it can equate up to like the big wins, like the big trips and the prizes. And I mean, the sky's the limit. This year, I mean, it was cancelled again because of the current situation, but the top 10 coaches were getting taken on like first class flights to Bora Bora, like for a week. So, the opportunities are there for you. But Cass is going to talk about a little bit about money, which I know we all want this, and this is the bit we all want to know. How do we earn? Like, how do you earn in this income? Because you might see, if you follow us, like usually, we are got our pre-workout like dances, we run boot camps, but how do you actually earn with this business? And Cass is going to start you off by explaining that a little bit.
Yeah. And again, lots of people like jump onto this opportunity for lots of different reasons, and income might not actually like interest you at all. And on the other side of that, it's like, oh my gosh, like I really, really need income, and this sounds like an amazing opportunity. But whatever the case may be, I just want to remind you, we're not looking for salespeople, and we're not looking for people who want to get like rich quick, because that's not what this is about. Helping people. And setting dreams and visions, which I was never ever good at that. And so, but it's something that I'm learning to do. So income, how do we earn income as a Beachbody coach? So there's a couple of different ways. We as a coach earn at least 25% off of anything that kind of goes through our business. So Our job is basically to get to know people and find out what their goals are, and then to match them up with some of the solutions that we have. So whether that is with the nutrition programs, and like, let me just touch on that briefly. Like, so it could be emotional eating, or we have a bit more structured of balance eating, but we are about balance. We're not about trying to help people. There's no pills or weird things involved. Like, we want people to be healthy and strong. And so that's what we're about. So we have different nutrition programs that you can match them up with, fitness programs, like our Beachbody on Demand. You know, we have beach bars and the pre and post workout, that sort of stuff. So whatever their needs are, because I'm not trying to sell them something, we're trying to figure out what do they need in their life, like what are their goals, we can match them up to that. So we earn 25% off of anything. I don't even like the word sell, but basically if they purchase that through us, we earn 25%. Then as you start to build a team, you can start to really earn residual income. So that is, we have bonuses, and you start to earn income as a team. And just throwing it out there, a lot of people are like, oh, that sounds like a pyramid scheme. Most of us don't even know what a pyramid scheme is. A pyramid scheme is also illegal when you have to like buy all of this stuff, but there is no stuff. Like, this is clearly not what that is. But I just wanted to throw it out there in case any of you were like, oh. So yeah, that is basically how we earn income. The short and the sweet of it is it can be on commission, or it can be through a team. And like we say, we kind of have to disclaimer, it is based on how hard that you are willing to work and the effort you put into the trainings and all that kind of stuff. But again, I don't want you to worry, because it seems like a lot when you're a new coach or you first sign up. It seems like a lot, like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what there is, and I don't know how to. Don't worry about that, because we do all the trainings, and we're going to do a coach mentorship, which I'll talk to you about in a second. But Caroline, why don't you share with us the next bit?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, and just coming off the back of that, the income wise, like there is no, I think we've mentioned this already, but there is no like cap on your income. It is totally up to you. You can have this as like a hobby, and like you've maybe heard the term like side hustle, and that is totally fine. Like, there is no target that you have to hit. But also saying that, if you just want it as a hobby and a side hustle, it will pay you like that. If you want to take this and put a little bit more into it and treat it more like a job, it will pay you like a job. So and how to enroll, like how do you even get set up with this? So it is super simple. All you need is either one of our challenge packs or completion packs, and then your sign-up fee is totally waived. So what that is all the tools you need to get started. You'll get access, if you haven't purchased one of these already, you'll get access to all our programs. You'll get either the bag of Shakeology, or you can get the performance line, or you can bundle it together and just like get the whole lot. If you've already purchased one of these, you can sign up, which is called the coach sign-up fee, which is $39.95, and then you get that reimbursed. So really, there is really no charge, because if you're coming on as a customer or a client, that is like the bundle that we would recommend to you anyway. So, and what you get with that, obviously you get our mentorship. We have mentorship programs, so we teach you everything, and it can be a little bit scary. I remember when I jumped into this, I knew nothing. I wasn't even on Instagram. I had my Facebook. I didn't know like how am I going to do this business, but I was open to learning. Like my coach, I was like, just tell me what to do and I'll do the things. So it's as easy as that to get enrolled and get sign up. And if you want to run with it, like you could sign up and start tomorrow, like if you wanted to, or you can like, okay, I'm just going to like ease into it and take my time and do it like step at a time. That is perfectly okay. This is the best thing about Beachbody. This is your business. We like to say you are the CEO of your own business, so you run it how you want to run it, and we are just there to mentor you and guide you and provide all the training that there is. And with that being said, Cass is just going to talk a little bit about the mentorship and what we offer there.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I don't know how you're feeling. You can let us know in the chat if you want to, but like maybe you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, or maybe you're like, oh, there's just something inside me that does feel like, oh, I really want to. And it could be to help other people. It could be to win a tank top. It could, whatever it might be. But I just really want to encourage you to, reach out and to ask your questions and to, you know, get on the call with either like Caroline or myself, and we can just chat about it, because a lot of us have like fears or the insecurities, and it's so much better just to voice them and to get them out, because chances are we felt the same way, and we can talk to you about that. But we have our new coach call. It's like a getting started right call, and that's going to be on Sunday the 3rd. So that's not this Sunday. That is the Sunday after. And then our coach mentorship is going to start on Monday the 4th. And just very briefly, what that looks like is we go at your pace. We have things that we want to go over with you, but that will go at your pace. And honestly, our biggest tip for you anyway is to work on your health and fitness journey and to start to share that. And we're also going to give you the tools to help you to do that. And maybe you're already doing that. So that's all it is, but we're basically going to teach you everything that's been taught to us at your pace and to encourage you as you go on. But we only have like 4 minutes left. So I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you so, so much for joining us. You are all amazing, incredible women now and always. So thank you. And yeah, I'm excited to hear from you, to hear what you thought. We'd love to get your feedback.
Yeah, and can I just add that I always, this thing sticks in my head. It was like a fellow coach that had been with the company. He is still with the company, but he's been like with it forever, like since the beginning. And I remember I met him last year at one of our events, and he was just talking about the opportunity, and he said something, and this really sticks with me. He is like, I am so much better in this community than I am out of it. And that really stuck with me. And because once you're in, and somebody actually said something to me as well, they're like, it sounds like a bit of a cult that you're in. And it made me laugh, because I'm like, well, if this is like making me like a better, more positive, more inspiring, like motivated person, then you know, I'll be in it for life. And that's exactly how I feel. I am so much better in this community because of the people who I get to do this with, like every single day. And it doesn't matter if they're on the same team as you or completely different teams, you will find that everybody is just motivated and inspired, and we want each other to succeed, and we will give you all the tools that you need. There is no secret. We are open books. We will give you everything you need to succeed. It is up to you, and that, you know, and how much you want to put into this, that will determine your income and your level of success as well. And very quickly, like, don't let fear put you off. And I say that because that is the number one thing that holds people back, is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of like, what if this doesn't work? But what's the worst thing that could happen? You get healthier, you get fitter, you get mentally like more strong and positive. And if that's like the worst thing that can happen, like that's incredible right there. But I want to say thank you so much from Cass and myself for joining us. We appreciate your time, and we're going to take a quick picture, because we are all about the picture. We are all about the photos. I can see people like, can do your hair. Okay, I'll give you a countdown, right? Are we ready? See, we're all about the picture. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. I'll post that anyway. But thanks again for joining. And if you have any questions, or you're ready to get signed up, or if you want to hear a little bit more, just reach out to Cass or myself or whoever invited you here. We just have one question. I have got a couple of minutes, so I'm just going to answer it. Sophia just put, are there coaches who are still at the beginning of their journey, or do you get a better response from people once you've reached your goals? I would say don't let it put you off, like if you have a long way to go, because what will inspire people is your journey, and sharing your journey every single day, you know, and being that inspiration for people. There is no, as I said earlier, there is no cookie cutter coach. We are all different shapes, sizes, we are all different ages, we come from all different backgrounds. Some of us are stay-at-home mums, we have doctors, nurses, PTs, like, there is no cookie cutter coach. Just show up, be yourself, share your journey, and we just love it. I hope you could tell that we are really passionate about it and we love it. But I will let you go now, because we only want to keep you for 30 minutes, but we really do appreciate you jumping on and taking your Thursday night to join us. So have a wonderful night, guys. Thanks again.
Bye, guys.